right away, or do we need to wait? Okay. Perfect. All right. I feel high tech. Okay, so I'll see a little bit of your flat work anyways, and then we'll get the jumps up. And how often right now are you jumping? Like once a week?
Like every time we come here, just a little jump or something. But
Yeah.
not that. Like, we don't really jump that much now.
Okay. Okay. And has she been giving you any sassy, bossy?
Yeah, a lot of that.
Okay. All right.
I have a trouble controlling her speed.
Okay.
Even cantering, if I try to slow her down, she either goes to a trot or speeds up.
Okay.
But
And when Steffane rides her, does she have the same problem, or is she able to manage that?
she is able to manage. Same with me, like now. But
Yeah.
I used to really have a hard time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it takes good timing too, right?
Yeah.
To combine your aids to be able to squish her together without her breaking into the trot. So maybe we'll just stay on a big circle up at this end for a minute. I'll just get a sense of where you're at with some transitions. So it looks like her tendency is to be a little quick, even in the trot. So really think about keeping your hands up and stable. So the first thing that you want to work on with her is rhythm, right? So that she is keeping a really even step. Every step is the same, right? When she's trotting, she's working those diagonal pairs of legs. So you should feel that really clear 1-2 beat. And we want to avoid her scurrying or slowing down and then needing you to close your leg, and then you get the overreaction to your leg. Right? So you're playing with how much leg do you need to keep her in a working rhythm, into a stable hand. Yeah, so a little inconsistency here. Now think about making your circle not stay on the wall, okay? So just where you are now is good. And then stay just off the wall on the other side as well. So what that does is it puts a little more responsibility on you about keeping her even and keeping her through 2 legs and 2 reins, because you don't have the wall as your little training wheel keeping her organized. Now positionally, I like a lot of what I see, Ren. I'd like to see you just a little deeper in your heel and just with your calf muscle on a little more solid. So you can think about your toes slightly out. Already that's better. Good, good, good. And one thing that I feel with mares, you know, I ride a lot of mares, have ridden a lot of mares, is most of them seem happiest when our leg is really constant, right? Leg is a good thing, should be a friendly thing for them. But if we ride with our legs off, especially they're a hot tamale, right? We ride with our legs off because we don't want to offend them, but then you need your leg for something, you put it on and you get the big reaction, right? So you want to have your leg that is there all the time, that she accepts and gets used to. Yeah, and so she's a little offended by that, but you need to let her know that she's not allowed to lean through you. Good, making sure you're not getting too much inside bend. Right, there she's bringing her head more than her shoulder. Think about keeping your left hand blocking her shoulder and turning her off your left leg. That's better. There, feel that? Straighter. Good, now yield her back out slowly to a bigger circle, right? She's gonna go, oh yes, I can go out, boom, back to the wall, right? So slowly with your leg yield out. That's right. Okay, that's okay, don't rush, don't rush. Back to trot. Sit down and trot. And slow. Good, deepen your leg again. Rhythm in the trot, same rhythm you had before you asked for the canter, right? 2 even reins, feel her mouth, feel her sides. So right before she trotted, the little red flag that happened was her head and neck got really low, okay? And then what started to change in her canter beat was it started to get scattered, okay? She started to have a little, almost like an extra beat in there. Okay, so low head and neck, scattered rhythm. Sometimes we call that getting strung out, right? So her body went from this big to that big. Okay, and then she fell into the trot. So that's your little warning sign that you need to sit up and close your leg and ask her to put herself back together, right? You don't need to close your leg hard because you don't want to shoot her out of a cannon. What you need to do is just get her long body to come back up together again. Slow and turn. Think of outside leg and rein working together. And one more. Slow. Outside leg and rein, make the turn happen. There, feel that? Post slower than she's trotting. Feel that? Okay, good. So she comes back to your post. Deep heel, make sure you're breathing. Right? Sometimes we try so hard, we want it so bad, and then we're holding our breath, and then it gets harder and harder to execute it. Right? Breathe. Post slower than she's trotting. Step your weight in your heel. And walk a few steps. Not letting her push you to the wall. Good. Keep her nose up in front of her. And hug her into the trot with your leg. So here you can be a little hard with your half halt and set her back and say, this is not the trot I wanted. Set her back a little harder. Use your abs. There we go. Are you familiar with the muscles to use to slow down? Okay.
My dad made me do sit-ups.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you're gonna be working that six-pack with her to slow down. So abs, lower back, upper leg, everything tightens when you want to slow down, right? Like if you did a halt now, why don't we try that? Sit down and halt, and you tighten your abs, tighten your upper leg. Perfect. Okay, so those are the right muscles. Good, and trot on. You can aid her less. Okay, it's not so important to me that she trots right now. It's more important to me that she trots better. Okay? So try to drag that out just a little bit. So you think, okay, ready, and trot, right? Okay. Ah, what a difference. A lot of it's up here, right? It's your intention. How are you thinking about it? How are you presenting it to her? Now there, be hard on her. Say, hey, we had a beautiful transition up. Do not run away with me. Slow down. Tighten your body. Tighten those muscles. Slow down. More on your outside rein. Half this. Half this speed. Take the speed away. Take the speed away. There. More. Good, good. You get some submission there. There. Good. Praise her there. Stroke her neck. Praise her when she blows her nose. That's a really good sign. Right? That's a sign that she's working and relaxing. Okay. Go right to trot. Outside rein. Outside rein. And trot as slow as you can. Outside rein. You're a little dominant on that right hand, Ren. Are you right-handed? Yeah. Are you? Okay. So something I noticed, and this comes partly from you being strong in your right hand, is her hips are always falling to the wall. So far, we've only done one direction, okay? But this way she goes with her hips like this towards the wall, okay? So make sure you're riding with your outside leg, guarding that last piece of her, right? Your left leg rides the left hind quarter, right? There, good. And that might be why she picked up the outside lead last time. Got to keep that hip coming into the circle to get the inside lead. So slow it down and be absolutely disciplined not to pull in your inside rein. Slow it down, ride her hip in towards me with your left leg. Slower than this. Yes, left leg. Very good. Anchor your leg so when she does pull down, she doesn't get your body, okay? When she goes to pull down, you need to lock those muscles we talked about so that she doesn't move you around. Right? These horses are smart. They think, oh, I know how to break him out of his good position, his effective position. Okay, let's give her a little walk break. So is this pretty typical of her hotness level? Okay. So you've really got your work cut out for you. Okay, so very nice rider. I haven't seen your horse jump yet, but she looks like she's got good conformation. She probably can jump quite well. Your big challenge is going to be about working her brain, having her become a partner with you, right? Because right now she's too much off on her own tangent, right? She's thinking about speed and she's thinking about distractions outside the ring and not always about what you're asking for. I understand that you live in Whistler, is that right? So you come down on the weekends to ride. Now who else rides during the week for you? No. Okay. So is she often having several days off before you come? Like, are you just here on the weekend? Yeah. So she's only being ridden a few days a week, is that right? Okay. So that's part of the challenge as well, right? It's hard to get on a roll, or harder to get on a roll anyways. I watched a good video of you. Stephanie was like, check him out on YouTube. Well, you know, my friend Brian, who I guess you guys know, right? There's a video of him when he's 10 that he showed me, and he's riding the naughtiest pony you can imagine. And he's got his whip pointing forward. He's galloping across country with his whip like this and going whack, 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 and whack. And he's just this tiny little squirt up there, right? Like, it's so funny. Okay, and making sure neither hand is touching her neck. Because what we want to have is an uninterrupted line of communication that comes from your legs through your reins to her mouth. Okay, a walk transition. Okay, now when you went to walk, you kind of left your reins out in space there. I want you to walk into your hand, okay? So when you walk, you're going to sit down, keep your leg on, and close her into the walk. Okay, let's try that again. And that's the same thing you were talking about with the canter and having trouble shortening her canter, right? If you go to shorten her canter and your reins lose their connection with her, you've kind of lost that package ability, right? Okay, good. So let's trot here. This is where all your flat work is going to be so important for your jumping as well. I did a lesson myself yesterday with Barb, who's one of Brian's partners, and she had us riding towards her down the center line again and again, doing different exercises, different more complicated things that are stirrups and so on. And she was like, you know, if you can't lengthen your horse's canter on a straight line, how are you going to go jump a jump, right? How are you going to gallop down and win the jump off if you can't canter on a straight line on the flag? That's right. Good. So when you walk, now don't do it yet, I want you to think about how this is going to feel in your body. When you walk, you're going to sink down, you're going to bend your knees, you're going to keep your leg there and keep your contact. So what you're asking her to do is stay in that package put together underneath you, and the only change is the gait, right? Everything else remains the same, contact point and so on. So when you feel you've got her listening and on a good bend, sink down, bend your knees and walk. Keep the feel of her mouth. Good, a lot better. Good, let's do one more like that. So you can think about riding her into your elbows and into your ring fingers a little bit so that you still keep the arm as part of the picture. You want to make sure that you're not sitting hard on your seat and letting your legs go out away from you as well, right? You're sitting in and around her. That's why I say bend your knees, keep your leg in its good position into the walk. Now, sinking down, keep the leg, tighten your abs. There's the one we want, okay? Good for you. Yeah, you betcha. Just take your time here. And this is where you need to trust that pulling on your inside rein is not going to help you steer, right? In order to steer, you've got to have better control over your outside aids, your outside leg bringing her around the turn, your outside rein closing off that shoulder. So in the same way that the rodder's position starts from the lower leg, the horse's straightness is going to start from the rodder's leg, going through from the rodder's leg to the rider's hand to the mouth, right? So you're controlling her hips with your legs, her shoulders with your hands, her head and neck with your left rein. Now let's put her on a smaller circle here. And I want you to feel you're steering like almost like you've got a wheel. Okay, both your hands are staying the same and turning. There, 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 there. Inside leg?
Not getting the bend.
Okay. Because she was getting flat on you, right? She was leaning like a motorcycle? Good. Yeah, it's always about riding both sides, right? You need that inside shape, like you were talking about with the inside leg. At the same time, you need to contain and bring her around the turn with your outside leg and rein. Feel your right rein. Good, Ren. Right rein. Oh, yeah. Look up where you want to go. Mamacita, he just said this is your good side. Isn't that always the way when you say to someone, oh, it's always this way, and then your horse will give you something different? Let's do a walk transition here. I was going to say canter, but then she got a little sassy again. Walk. Good, and trotting. You were good there in the walk transition. I didn't see your hands float away. Nice there. Feel your posting diagonal though. Those details are important. Good, good. You're getting there, huh? Really good in the trot. Let's see if we can go back to canter and keep that feeling. Make sure your right side is really strong. Yes, yes, good catch, because you shortened the right side of her body when she went to push out. Turning, turning, turning. No moments of straightness. Okay, let's stay in trot and ask her to look to the right. Counter bend to the right. And keep turning her on the circle. Ask her to look towards me and keep turning. Slower than that. Yeah, don't let her pull you out of your position, right? You maintain. You are like the pull on the carousel horse. Straight up and down. Immovable. Good. Good. Again, on the second half of your circle, pick up your canter. Hold that right rein, right leg. Good. Steady. Steady. Sit back, lean back. Good for you. Good to fight through it. And you stayed really centered and balanced. One more time. Think of shortening the right side of her body, shorten the right side. Now we're talking. Good, stretch up, close the door on the right rein, and back to trot. Good, and walk. Good, okay, praise her. Last few circles were really good by comparison. So first job after your long walk break is making sure she's listening, she's ready to look ahead. So I would circle once there, right? Because you don't really have the shape yet, you'll need to go to your jump. Good, even hands, weight down your calf muscles into your heels, look at your jump. Good. Steady with 2 legs. All right. Really think of hugging her through both your calf muscles. Hug her straight, straight, straight. Good, Ren. Better. Now, which way did she go on landing? Which way did she go on landing? No. She landed and she went towards the rail, right? So if we look at her hoof prints coming over here. Okay, good. Let's come again. Over the jump, much, much better. You want to think about your two legs, not only helping her with the jump part, but helping ride her away from the jump. Right? So have your focal point up straight ahead of yourself. So you're riding to your next point, right? Because in a moment that might be another jump. Ride to the end. Way better. Good. So she's figured out that she gets to trot right after. So now we come again, and this time you're going to canter away. If she's on the wrong lead, back to trot. Get your left lead canter and circle. Okay, if she's on the correct lead, she can canter through the turn and then go back to trot. Good with your eyes. Shift her off your right leg, canter through the turn, and back to trot. Bend your knees, sink in. Rhythm, I like this better. That's even better than your flat warm-up. Awesome. Same plan. Good. Shorten your left rein a little bit. That's okay. Hands even. Now trot. Circle, get your left bend, close the outside aids, right? So you're asking her shoulder to follow her nose. One more bigger circle, and then on the circle up to canter a few steps. So you get that left lead. Good, and canter. Nice. Hands even. Now stick with your plan, turning, turning, turning. Good, and back to trot. Nice, good body there, Ren. Rhythm, consistent calf muscle on, and let's give her a little walk break. Getting her looking, keeping her focused through both legs, right? Leg, hug her, hug her, hug her, good job. Simple change. Feel your outside rein. Outside rein is your break. Circle. Close the right leg and rein. And canter. Good. Good, Ren. Back to trot and circle. Stick with your plan. Don't let her drive. Even if you have to get a little muscly up there, do not let her drive. Okay, trotting and circling. Good. Close your outside leg and rein and slow your post. Find your rhythm again. Good. Find center again with her looking straight in front of herself. There's the nice bend, huh? Good. Let's come again. You did a good job last time. As probably you could anticipate, she tried to go out to the right, but you were right on top of that over the pole. Rhythm, both legs. That's where I'm saying to you that sometimes these hot mares fool us into taking our leg off, right? And then it's like, oh man, I needed my leg there. Looking. Keeping the leg contact even down both sides. Hands even, straight. Okay, good save from you. So just walk a sec and let's talk about how we can make this even better through here. So she's pretty consistent about wanting to really push right on landing. Okay, what do you think you can do here with your hands to help her? Sorry, I can't quite hear you. I saw you start to bring the right hand to the neck. Yeah? Yeah, just shift her forehand over. Yeah, absolutely. So basically both your hands can shift left a little bit, right? So the right hand goes close to the neck, but not over the neck, but goes close to the neck to block that right shoulder so she doesn't have so much freedom to go out into outer space to the right, right? And then this left rein is gonna go away from the neck. And what that does when you take this rein is it pushes the bit, pushes the opposite side of the bit against her cheek, right? Guides her over to the left. Okay, so this left rein becomes an opening rein. This right rein becomes a bit of an indirect rein. Okay? Good, so let's come to that again. And like I said, you can do that before this pull. And then when I ride with an opening rein, or when I teach children to ride with opening reins, right? So when she goes to jump, only this hand is gonna push into her neck, right? This hand is still gonna stay open. You're certainly balanced enough to do that. So she steps over the pole, your right hand goes into the neck for your 2-point, the left hand comes wide. Okay, let's try that. Beautiful, beautiful, what a difference. Well executed, Ren. Okay, so the last time she jumped over the yellow part here and landed here. That time she jumped the green part and landed here, right? So that's a big difference in where she landed off her fence, right? Again, if you had a 1 stride to a 4 stride, and you landed over here, that 4 is now 4 1/4, 4 1/2. Now you've got her jumping long out over the last element of your line. Then you've probably got to run away through the turn, right? If you can land more centered. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, jump my jump. Much more organized on the next one, right? So that's where that domino effect happens on course, because you don't just have 2, you've usually got 12 or 13, right? Good, one more circle, because she's a little stiff in that bend, right? Take one more circle, see if you can get her to relax into the bend. There we go. And the pooping always helps. That's like an extra half halt for you, good. Now look at your jump. Even both sides and circle, because she threw it away, right? Slow. Make sure you're not shortening your right rein. Right rein needs to stay a little longer to be even. There we go. Steady, shift your hands left. Good. Trotting, trotting. Outside rein, circle, bring her shoulder, and canter. Good. Good. Okay, I'm back to trot. Good, okay, and walk. Let her catch her breath for a sec. So still, the circle and the preparation is really important on your way here, right? Because if she comes to the turn counter bent, she's not seeing her jump until she's right there. And then she's gonna jump it crooked and awkward because she didn't have time to get her body organized, right? You bring her through the turn around your left leg. You've got that time to ride her straight, and then she's gonna push off both hind legs and jump it properly. Good, give her a little scratch. And then come again, same priority on your circle, right? If she's with you and she's bending left, fantastic, come right away. If she gets hard in her mouth and she's looking right, you're just gonna have to circle until you get her attention again, right? But whatever you do, don't keep shortening this right rein. Okay, you gotta keep yourself, that steering wheel, you've gotta be able to turn your steering wheel to the left in order to get her left turn, right? Yeah, I agree. Now a big part of the problem though is those uneven reins. You're gonna see this on your video and go, holy smokes, what was I thinking? There we go. Now push her up off that left leg. Make sure you're not shortening your right rein at all. It's already too short. So lengthen your right rein another ½ inch and push her up off your left leg. That's right. Good. Slow your post a little. Good. Come if you're ready. Steady. Steady. Good girl. And praise her, right? And she held her left lead. Good girl. Praise, praise, praise. Let her know she's a good girl. So she was really smart about that last one, okay? She stepped over the pole nice and straight. She did exactly what we talked about, where right here was her strike off to canter, right? One even stride and off she went, and she landed on the left lead. So those are all good little check marks of the sequence of steps that she should have. Good, let's do that again. Now, big thing for you is to make sure you don't start this way, right? You've got to start with your hands even and coming through the turn like this. Then that is going to allow you to push her around that left leg through the turn. Good start, Ren. Nice tactful transition. Now make sure you have her attention. Looking to the inside. Lovely. Good job. What a girl. Good girl. Praise, praise, praise. Good girl. And much better on your part there to have her even through the turn. Good. Now slow your post. Walk a few steps. Right? And then we'll come do that again, just like that. That nice smooth transition up to trot. Good. Okay, off you come again. Off you go again. So even reins. Good, and shorten both reins the same, and off you go, gently to trot. Lovely, Ren, good. Hug her with your lower leg. Have her attention around that inside leg, looking. Good, both sides of her. Oh, and she jumped the second one, fantastic, because she didn't like hitting the first one. Now talk to her, slowly bring her back. Steady. Good, sit twice, that's okay, come again. We're gonna come again because I don't want her to finish with knocking one down, okay? We want her to finish feeling like she's really good at this job, which she is. She just made one mistake there, being a little bit crooked and not pushing straight. Okay, so again, even reins, straight transition up, correct left bend through the turn so that she approaches straight. Now post slow, talk to her a little bit. Steady. Uh-oh. So she kind of warned the last time that might happen, right? And then this time she went for it. Remember, you got to shift her over and close the door on this side. She's going to try the same thing again. So you're going to circle, circle, circle. You're okay. Oh, good girl. Now praise her. She jumped really well out there. Good girl. Big, big pats. Big pats. Keep trotting. Good girl. Good girl. And then we're going to come again. Now I said circle because she was a little fast and not looking at her jump. Just give yourself a little more approach this time. Slow your trot. Slow. Slow. Talk to her. Slow. Good. Looking. Steadying. Good. Now go a little farther down the rail. Now make sure you're aiming past the door, right? We don't even want her near that door. Go to the left of B. Keep going. Now go down the wall. That's right. Now look and turn. Slow and steady. Talk to her. Slow. Slow. Okay, now I don't know if I wasn't here. I think you might have missed the second one. But we're also running out of attention span with her, right? So we want to finish pretty darn quick here. So praise her up. Good, good girl. And let's come one more time, and I want to see you a little more fierce about blocking that right side and opening the left door. Good, good ride. Still she drifted